Yet again, I am here, your host, in today's presentation of the video. Luando Franklin is my name. I'm the lead tutor, the Chief Executive Officer, the pioneer of FCO Accountants Tuition Center. Before I start presenting, I just want to encourage all the viewers to ask questions relating to today's question in the chat box, and also to make comments on the quality of this video, whether it is helpful or not, in the comment section. All the comments will be taken very, very seriously in improving the delivery of our videos. For all the questions that are asked, we intend to answer all the questions there, depending on the availability of time. Before I get started, I want to encourage our new subscribers to ensure that they hit the notification button so that they are able to receive the latest videos whenever they are available. Now, in today's video, we are going to look at the borrower in terms of hedging the interest rate risk using the options on interest rate futures. Last time when I made a presentation, we looked at the lender. So this time around, it is the borrower. So now I want to explain the steps that you need to follow. Step one is determining the basis. Determining the basis. The basis is the difference between the spot rate and the futures price. And this is very important when determining the expected futures price. So you need to determine it. Number two, you need to determine the contract date. Now, because these futures are in contracts, which are in cycles of 3 months. Last time I did explain that the first contract is 31st March. The second contract ends on 30th June. The third contract ends on 30th September. The fourth and final contract ends on 31st December. So there are 4 contract dates. Like I said in the last video, if a contract, or rather a transaction of borrowing or lending happens on, or rather in January, February, those 2 months, there are no contracts. Therefore, there will be the March contract. If the transaction happens in April or May, there are no contracts there. And this will be the June contract. Similarly, if a transaction happens in July, August, there are no contracts there. There will be the September contract. In the same way, if a transaction happens in October, November, those will be the December contract. Number 3, you need to determine the number of contracts. Number of contracts. The number of contracts is determined, or rather calculated, by taking into account the amount to be invested or the amount to be borrowed So in short, the amount exposed to risk as a result of changes in interest rates. So amount to be invested. In this case, we are investing. Amount to be invested, divide by the contract size. Contract size, multiply by the period of investment, divide by 3. 3 is standard because of the contracts are in 3 months. So 3 is the standard, does not change. Number 4, determine the expected futures price. Expected futures price expected futures price expected futures price is determined by having 100% less the interest rate, incorporating the changes in interest, less the basis for an expired basis. So now the expected futures price is now compared with the strike price for you to be able to make a decision whether to exercise or not. Number 5, determine the gain made or the loss made as a result of exercising. Determine the gain or loss as a result of exercising. Exercising the option. Then 6, determine the net return since we are investing. Net return on investment in this case. If you are borrowing, it will be net amount to be paid. So basically, they are those steps that you need to take into account. So we'll read through the question together. We have a question here. Cash company is a large. Cash company is a large company. Cash company is a large multinational company with a number of international subsidiary companies. A centralized treasury department manages cash company and its subsidiaries' borrowing requirements, cash surplus, investment, financial risk management. Financial risk is normally managed using conventional derivative products such as forwards. In the previous video, we discussed the forward rate agreement. We also discussed the futures. Today, we are looking at the interest rate with options. So it will be options on interest rate futures. Assume it is 1 December 2024 today, and cash company is expecting to borrow. So, okay, there is borrowing. So we'll concentrate on borrowing, not investing, as earlier stated. In the first video, we had looked at investing. So today it will be borrowing. 18 million on 1 February 20x5 for a period of 7 months. It can either borrow the funds at a variable rate of LIBOR plus 40 basis points. So plus 40 basis points simply means 0.4. When you are given the interest rate in basis point, always divide by 100. Or a fixed rate of 5.5%. LIBOR is currently 3.8, but cash feels that this could increase or decrease by 0.5 over the coming months due to increasing uncertainty in the markets. The Treasury Department is considering whether or not to hedge the 18 million using either exchange-traded match options. So we are looking at the options. The following information and quotes for dollar match options are provided from an appropriate exchange. The options are based on 3 months dollar futures and 1 million dollar contract size, and options premiums are in annual percentage. So we have now, I want you to understand. I want you to understand the borrowers, they are hedging against the interest increasing. So I want to demonstrate again. The borrower, if the interest now is 8%, now the futures price will be 92 because it's increasing. So at the settlement date, it is 10%. So the futures price there will be 90. So for a borrower, he should sell the futures now and buy the futures later. Buys the futures at the settlement. Therefore, the borrowers, they sell now. Since they are selling, the option is the put option. Put option is the right to sell. Therefore, it will be the put option. I think that is important for now. Then now we go to the other points. On prices are quoted in basis point at 100 minus the annual percentage yield and settlement of the options at the end of March 20x5. The current basis on the March futures price is 44. So the basis have already been given, but I'm going to demonstrate. The futures, 44 points. So the current basis must be on the contract date. And we are given 44 points. So now let's answer this question. The first part is the basis. The basis, you must be able to determine the debt now. Then the borrowing debt. Then the contract debt. We are told now is 1st December. 1st December, X4. The borrowing is on 1st February, 20X5, so which means this is 1st February, X5. This simply means this is a March contract, 31st March. The basis period is 4 months. And the unexpired basis is always between the borrowing debt and the contract debt, which is 2 months. So the unexpired basis will be 2/4 multiplied by, we are told, we are given 44. So the unexpired basis is 22 points, which will be 0.22. That is step 1. Step number 2 will be the number of contracts. Number of contracts. Number of contracts here, we have the amount to be borrowed, 18 million. Divide by contract size, we are given. The contract size is 1 million. Multiply by the borrowing period, we are told it's 7 months. Divide by 3, 3 is standard. So if you calculate there, it should be 42 contracts. So we are told that cash company feels that this could increase or decrease by 0.5. Now, so we can calculate what is the expected futures price if the interest increases by 0.5. Interest rate increases. When it increases, the current interest rate, we are told, the current interest rate is given here, which is 3.8. So if it increases, it will be 3.8 plus 0.5, which will come to 4.3. 4.3. Now the expected futures price will be 100 less 4.3 less the unexpired basis this will be how much will be that? That will be 95 0.9548. Now strike price. The strike price there, we have the strike price there, we have 95.5, 0.955. So the question is, should we exercise? Remember, we are selling. Should we sell at the expected futures price, 95.48, or should we sell at the strike price, 95? The strike price is higher. So yes, we should exercise. If we exercise, what will be the profit made? 0.0002. That will be the profit made. So what will be the net effect? Profit in total now. Profit in total, we can use the other part. I can use this part. Profit in total, we can have profit in total here will be total profit. The total profit will be 0.0002 multiplied by contract size, 1 million, multiplied by number of contracts, 42. This is 3 months. The 3 months over 12 is also standard. So the total profit will be how much? 490. The total profit there will be 21. Total profit will reduce. The total gain will reduce the interest to be paid. So interest to be paid will be the interest to be paid will be 7 months multiplied by 18,000, 18 million rather, multiplied by, when the interest increases, we have 4.3. So we can borrow plus 0.4. So which means we can borrow at 4.7. 4.7. So here we have multiplied by 4.7. So the total interest will be 493,500. That is the total interest to be paid. Total interest to be paid will be that. Then now, the premium. There will be a premium to be paid. The premium to be paid, whether you are buying the call option or the put option, you need to pay the premium. So we can check on the table how much premium. The premium under put, the strike price is March put, that is 0.662. The 0.662, that is in percentage interest. So to change to decimal point, divide by 100. So it will be okay. So the premium there will be 0.00662 multiplied by contract size multiplied by the number of contracts multiplied by 3/12. So this will give us how much? 69,510. So the premium increases the cost. So it will be net interest, net interest, net interest payable. Net interest payable will be 560, 910. As a result of hedging using the options, the interest to be paid has been reduced by the gain made. So this is when there is an increase in interest. Let's see when there is a decrease in interest, what happens? When there's a decrease in interest, so we can clear this part. Decrease in interest. Decrease in interest, the current interest is 3.8 less 0.5. The interest will be 3.3. So the expected futures price, will be 100 less 33, 3.3 less the basis. This will give us 0.9648. And then we have the strike price. Strike price is not changing. 0.9550. The question is, should we sell the futures at 0.9648 or at the strike price of 0.955? The answer is we should sell at the higher price, which is the expected future. So we are not going to exercise. Exercising is taking the strike price. Exercise, no. If you don't exercise, there is no gain. Is that okay now? Then now we can borrow at 3.3 plus 0.4. That's what we are taught. So we can borrow at 3.7. So interest will be for 7 months multiplied by 18 million multiplied by the borrowing rate, 3.7. This will be 388,500. So the premium will be the same. Premium we had already calculated. Premium is the cost. 69,510. Net interest paid will be 488, 458, 010. So that's how you go about when hedging using the options on the interest rate futures. So for today, we can end here. I also want to, on behalf of FCL, to thank all our new subscribers and the existing subscribers for the support that you are giving us. May the Almighty God Jehovah bless you. Thank you.